want to get down there. Uh-oh, park brake, park brake, park brake. Oh, park brake's on. Holy. Hello again, another spin tires video. I'm going to prove the B-130's worth. So here's the truck that I've rescued in the last video. And I'm going to attempt a delivery today. I've actually done a delivery already, I should say, with this truck. A little bit earlier, off video. But in this video I'm going to attempt a second delivery. Now in spin tires it's always a little bit harder the second time round because the ground is a little bit more shaken up. I'm just going to plot out the route that I'm going to take here. I'm just going to show you how we get to the lumber area, which is pretty simple really. And then we're going to make our way over. So I'm going to use the same mod that I was using in the first video where I accidentally drowned the poor old truck. But I believe the route that I'll be taking today, and I've already gone through this way once, it's quite treacherous, but certainly interesting anyway, so let's get going. Got chains on the rear wheels, and this truck is actually quite capable. I mean, it's only rear wheel drive, but you'll notice that it's very capable indeed. I'm running with the diff lock off at the moment. It's fairly safe to say you can use it for the most part without the diff lock until the going gets tough anyway, and believe me, this is not tough compared to what some of the other bits of terrain looks like in spin tires. I've had a chance to play this multiplayer as well so far. I've put a few hours into it this weekend, and I must say really makes you work and earn your keep, this game. For every inch or every foot that you gain, there's always some blood, sweat and tears, and there's nothing like carrying a load almost all the way to the destination and then suddenly have your truck tip over or something like that and lose your load. There are attachments you can use to retrieve your load, but it's certainly very disappointing, and I've had that experience a few times multiplayer so far, just playing with one other person. It's certainly been very fun, and some of those maps out there for spin tires, I must say, are very interesting indeed. Very treacherous, and I think this is probably one of the more easier maps. This is the coast map, coastal map. Can't remember which right now, sorry about that. But it's not a bad little map. It's not probably not as difficult as some of the other maps, like the hill, for example. But I've put a few hours into this game so far, and I'm quite liking this vehicle for this map. I could probably understand why they haven't put it on some of the other maps, because it would struggle. But this video, I guess, is just to show that a rear-wheel drive vehicle can indeed traverse this terrain and do some meaningful work. So we're almost on our way. We're almost there now at the lumber camp. Just been driving the UAZ for a little bit. My initial thought was to tag along with this vehicle in case I needed repairs, but just going to go for it. My first delivery with this truck just earlier on this map went without issue, so it'll be interesting to see how we go this time. The tracks you're seeing on the ground there are what was made just earlier with this very truck as well. Alright, here we go. I must say, the earlier attempt that I did just before, I was successful. Then I tried again for the second time, and I actually tipped over. And so this is actually technically the third attempt that I'm doing. So the ground is, the ground is going to be quite churned up. So it's going to make it a little bit harder even this time around. So this would be the third attempt. Going to see how we go. Just got the diff locked, and I'm going to keep it locked from now on, safe to say. Going to need as much traction as we can get, especially with this load on the back. This truck doesn't do too badly even with all this weight on it. Has a 4-ton capacity. Oops, stop. That was close. Alright, here we go. So grab your popcorn, guys, because this is going to take a little bit more time. Looking at these another 25 or another 20-ish minutes anyway of hard slogging. So grab a snack and get comfy, because this is going to get interesting. I've almost memorized this map off by heart, well, this area anyway, from the initial garage to the first objective, or the closest objective, I guess. And you would have seen there's still quite a bit of cloaking that I've got on this map, so it really is quite a game they've got here, these guys. Ubi Entertainment. They've made a bit of a gem, I must say. I'd like to see them sort out the save issues for the remainder of the maps, because at present you can only save in single player and you can only save one map at a time. So if you want to try a different map, you've lost the save for your current map. So I've been playing mostly on the coast map, the coastal map, whatever it's called. And we're getting closer and closer. This little area here isn't too bad, just you wait. But this truck is certainly capable. Whoops, what's going on there? Try this again. Diff lock is on. What's going on? I think I've got a few rocks underneath. My first attempt, when I delivered successfully my payload, I didn't have this issue, but it's always different. Wheels in the air there. I just got my first little bit of damage, 4 points only. That's one of the other challenges as well. All these little factors, gameplay mechanics like the damage and the fuel really add up over time, especially when you're slogging towards a distant destination and picking up all this damage and slogging through mud with your diff locks and all-wheel drive if you're lucky enough to have it. That all uses more fuel as well, so yeah, it really forces you to think about your actions. You can't just go driving through the bush, as it were, and just want and abandon. It's not possible, sorry. Love this tyre deformation effects here. Alright, so as I was saying before, this is the third attempt. The first attempt was successful. I've delivered the payload. Second attempt, I rolled over just as I was going through the water. And this is the third attempt, so hopefully this time I will make it without issue. And I had actually recorded the second attempt where I crashed as well, so maybe I'll release that as well as a video. I mean, so here you go. The ground is showing my previous 2 attempts there. I don't really like my chances. I always need to winch through here anyway, so even with the ground is fine, I'm just going to go for it and get bogged and then just winch up. Come on. Fantastic. Alright, let's get the winch on. It really forces you to be careful about your actions, because losing a load really is disappointing, especially the further you get as well. I must say, on my first attempt where I delivered the logs, the payload successfully, immediately afterwards I decided I would try to uncloak an area nearby. Unfortunately, I was getting to be quite damaged, so I hit my full amount of damage about maybe 8 foot away from the uncloaking area, from the cloaking zone anyway. So if you have been playing this game, you'll know what I mean. That's very disappointing. Anyway, the ground shows evidence of my previous 2 attempts. This part here is not too bad. Now you guys all know that I haven't had great experience with this truck and water so far. Look at that steam just come off it as well. That's the engine and the transmission meeting the water and cooling down. You can see the tracks here that I've left from earlier. I'm just going to skirt around here around this bank. Now you can see where I lost my load up ahead. If you look up ahead, you'll see those logs. Oh, this bit always gets me. I'm actually taking a bit of damage there. Haven't flooded yet. Go, 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 go. Last time I tipped over here. I'm going to try and go wide this time. Come on, come on. I'm running over my previous load. How about that? Made it. I was very disappointed when I tipped over here last time. I tried using my winch as well. Anyway. This game really forces you to read the ground, read the terrain, take it easy. If you think you're going well, even before you enter a soft area or water, just take a moment if you can. If the ground's hard enough, just stop, lose your momentum and just read the ground if you can. But yeah, I must say there are some instances where you're just going and you need all the momentum you can get, you can't afford to stop. So anyway, this bit here doesn't really make much sense to me. I'm sure there's an easier way, but this is what's been working for me so far. Might just look at the map and just see, just in case. But yeah, I did have a look before my previous attempts. Yeah, that's about all there is to it really. You're gonna have to go this way. Welcome to spin tires, where there's no such thing as bitumen. Well, actually there is. Tarmac bitumen, whatever you like to call it. I have seen it. It's a bit of a legend. But it's mostly hard going. And I've got 41 points of damage so far out of my 400 total. This part looks a bit difficult, but believe me, it's not. Now here we go. Here's a bit of another bit of water. In we go. I've learned my lesson earlier when I was playing multiplayer. I had quite a load, payload behind me, and I was going through water, and I got stuck, and there were no trees nearby either. So very disappointed. But yeah, you can see there the tracks on the ground in front of me, under the water. Previous attempts. On my first attempts, I did go this way as well. Unfortunately, you just need to winch out. So this truck's rear-wheel drive. It's not that great off-road, but it's got the chains, of course, they help. And also the winch is a godsend, really. It's a lifesaver. Without the winch, you probably wouldn't be able to do this at all, unless you were very careful. That could be a video for a future time, actually. Trying to do this without the winch at all. For now though, we'll just focus on getting the job done. Why isn't this guy? Oh, half brake was on. Doesn't help, does it? Alright, it's got one wheel in the air there a little bit. Yes, so axle articulation, suspension articulation I should say, is great, but I think those logs really do help weigh down the wheels and give them some more traction. But in general, it's not bad. This area here is going to be interesting. I'm going to have to cross through this water and try and climb up this little area. Now last time it was fairly straightforward. I did have to winch up out of the water, but bear in mind we've got the first attempt's ground in front of us. The second attempt, obviously, I rolled over, so I didn't get this far. So let's see how we go this time round. Oh no, fallen trees. These guys you can actually use as anchors to winch off of, but in this case they're just very annoying. That's another thing as well. Sometimes if you stop on a hill like this, then you don't have much chance of getting going again. You just start to dig in. So now I have to try and get out of here. So it looks like it's, I mean, it's almost level ground. Not really, but it just goes to show how seemingly, you know, it just basically looks so tame, this terrain at the moment, but Yeah, I'm almost stuck, and I could roll over here as well if I'm not careful. So again, the game really forces you to think. Read the ground, read the terrain, everything's deformable. And there are some grassy sections that are deceptively soft as well. So just go over these fallen branches. Done. Alright. Now I set the waypoint just then, so that's that red line obviously, telling you where to go. Another thing is to pick your line properly, so I'm going to say that, but I'm probably not going to do it too well either. So you can see there the previous attempt, I've got a few bits of track there next to that red line. Bit of a bog. Why is this thing moving? Come on. There we go. I haven't picked my line properly. I'm going to go to the right. Last second change. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, no, digging in, we're digging in. And there's a fallen branch here as well. It's too close to winch off of. It's a shame. On my first attempt I managed to keep it straight like this, but I winched off to the right. That looks a little bit too sharp at the moment, and because I've got that branch, that fallen branch there, I don't really want to go over that, so I'm going to try left instead. I just hope that I can do this. I love those water effects as you start accelerating under the water. Anyway, just going to activate the winch now. Seems to be going okay. The problem is I want to be on... I'm going to roll here if I'm not careful. This is similar to what happened on my second attempt earlier. I think I'm going to have to go straight ahead, guys. That's a little bit off the beaten path. And then try and... what I want to do is try and get at a right angle. I don't like being on a diagonal. It really gives me the creeps, especially with this vehicle. So I might just have to go a bit further forward into the forest, I think. So let's do that, and then we'll attempt to reverse down and continue on our way. But first let's go up here a bit more. That red line obviously shows us where we need to go, but let's activate the winch, that always helps. Come on, accelerate at the same time. Oops, park brake on. Again. There you go. Brakes, brakes. Okay, staying still is another thing as well, just deactivate. Oh, park brake, park brake, park brake. Oh, park brake's on. Holy... Oh my god. Now that was close. End of the video. Thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you next time. Not quite. Gonna persevere and just see what we can do here. We haven't lost our load. And I'm just relying on this winch now to take us up to safety. Come on. The road that we need to go, well the path that we need to go, is not much of a road, is on our right down there. But in order to get down there I need to get into a good sort of angle, you know what I mean? I can't, that's where I need to go, all the way out there, but there's trees everywhere, and while these are what saved me anyway from the water, I need to be able to get the right angle before I get down there. Pass me some of that popcorn if you still got it. Just bear with me for a few moments. I'm gonna have to just try and think about the best way now. I'm gonna have to go further into the forest here, try and get on a right angle and just reverse down again, because this thing tips over really easy. Of course there's trees everywhere. Doesn't really help, but what can we do? Like I say, the trees are a godsend in some regard because you can hook up to them, winch off them, but otherwise quite annoying as well. I'm just going to go a little bit further into the forest. This is probably not making much sense to you right now, but this is what I'm going to need to do, I think. It's actually not making much sense to me either. But believe me, I don't want to go down that incline back onto the beaten path at a diagonal, because I know that I'm just going to roll over. And I've churned up that ground near the shore as well, so if I go inland just a little bit. It's going to take a few more moments, so just bear with me. Otherwise I've got the chapters listed there in the summary and the description below. So feel free to skip ahead if you like. But if you want to see just the technicalities of what you're up for in spin tyres, then certainly keep watching. But I shouldn't be much longer. Just trying to get, there we go. 'Cause I basically just want to reverse down there, so I'm going to try and get between these trees if I can. I don't know if that's actually going to work. I'm just hard up against this tree here as well. It's not helping one little bit. Come on. Those flowers, aren't they wonderful? Sometimes in spin tyres it helps if you winch at a really extreme angle, so I'm going to try that shortly. I'm just going to try this first though. Nope. Diff's locked, no good. This tree's not helping me. I've got trees everywhere. It's getting dark, it's 8 o'clock in game. Okay. Just want to get down there. Alright, let's try this. As I was just saying, sometimes winching at an odd angle really helps. Sometimes can roll you over and tip you over as well, so you've got to be careful. Come on. Not doing the chassis any favour here either, I guess. This is a really unorthodox way of getting where you need to go in spin tyres, but believe me, I'm sure it's going to make sense in a few moments. I hope so. We'll be on our way shortly, I'm sure. Just need to get down there somehow. Try another odd angle. Really, I've got nothing else up my sleeve, so just want to position the truck so I can drive between those trees. As you can see, much easier said than done. Owls have come out. Alright, let's try it down this way. It's too narrow over there, the trees are too close together, so I'm going to try this angle. Here we go. This is good. This is what we want. Oops, a little bit of damage. Here we go. Alright, that's it. Now, to reverse down safely, hopefully, I've released the winch. That's it. This is my objective all along, was basically try and get at the right angle so I could reverse down safely. Okay. Thought I'd release the winch, but I hadn't. Alright. Just using the handbrake here. Okay, accelerate, gas. Okay. That's fine, I'm happy with that. I'm going to winch the rest of my way back up, so sometimes safer than sorry. Well, always safer than sorry in spin tyres, lest you lose your load, get disappointed, especially after coming this far. There's always something, isn't there? I'm just going to go for it. Come on. It's the rear axle anyway, it's the stronger part of the truck. Let's try and steer around it here, around this rock. Fallen branch there, keep winching. Alright, I think we're home, almost. Alright, to think that I came out of the water there all those minutes ago. Alright, red line shows us where we gotta go. Release the winch and away we go again. Diff locked, as always. Okay, now this next part's interesting. Come on. Alright. Got a bit of overhang on the back there, it doesn't help either. I've got a bit of an embankment coming up that I remember from last time. From the first attempt where I successfully delivered the payload. Just going to go down easy with the brakes. Touch the brakes, touch the brakes. Go. And I'm just going to go up that track there and veer off to the right. Churn, churn, churn. Yeah. With a proper road, even if it's soft, I find that this vehicle really handles it quite well. I don't know why people keep bad-mouthing it, some of the videos I've seen. So you can consider this a bit of a video response to show the worth of the B-130. Considering it's only rear-wheel drive. No, don't let me down while I'm talking about you. There we go. Done. Not far now. Almost there. It's getting a bit dark, so let's get the lights on. There we go. Hang a right. Sorry, I left. That's it. There's the delivery area up ahead, so I can't remember which way I went last time, but probably wasn't this way. I think I did avoid these rocks previous time, but I should be right. We should be right. Picking up a bit of damage there. Oops, a bit more damage. So I'm at 84 damage points now out of 400. So really it does take its toll. I've been a little bit careless here and there, especially now, these rocks. I normally avoid these sections, but considering how late it is, I want to get her done. That's it, so as soon as we deliver these logs, we're done for the day. Done! Okay, so it just goes to show if you persevere, you get what you want in spin tyres. You also need to be lucky and probably fluke things a bit too. That's it, that's the B-130. Second delivery for today. Thanks for watching.